Last night, Elon Musk made a bold declaration. So nice, it must be covered twice. He told the advertisers who are boycotting X, formerly Twitter, to go F yourselves. And he said it twice on stage. Like I said, so nice, he must say it twice. But there's a bigger picture here, my friends. Woke ESG companies have lost $5 trillion in just 2 years. We're winning. And I want to start off with the statements by Elon to exemplify the outrage, the power behind our fight against this woke crap, this woke garbage. But more so, it's also that we can do it. You know, several years ago, it's kind of insane to think about. Try and think back to several years ago when you would get banned from social media for saying #LearnToCode. There are a lot of things you could not say on YouTube, and YouTube's been forced to back down because we're winning. For too long, the woke psychopaths, the cult, and the deep state, actual government officials and agents, we now know more. The YouTube files just get dumped this morning by Rep. Jim Jordan. We'll talk about that later today. The government was colluding with big tech. We knew they were colluding with Facebook and Twitter because they had backdoor access. Now we know it's YouTube. Thanks to the likes of Elon Musk and everyone, really. We did not back down. We did not give up, and we kept pushing. And now we are reclaiming that battlefield. Now, I know we did talk about this last night on IRL, but I do want to give you this context and play these clips for you. For those that may have missed it and are just waking up to the news. Technology entrepreneur Elon Musk does not care if advertisers come back to X and compared their withdrawal from the platform to blackmail. While appearing at the New York Times Deal Book Summit, Musk was asked about the criticism he faced in recent weeks and the impact on his business. Now, you may have seen the clip, and it's a good clip, and I want to play it for you. But there's a more important clip, in my opinion. And that clip is Elon Musk saying he is sick of the companies that want to look like they're doing good when they're doing evil. I think that's it. That exemplifies wokeness 100% and ESG and DEI. These corrupt politicians. They wear a mask. They claim they're fighting racism, but they are the most racist. Oh, I got the videos for you. Take a look at this clip. ALX has the tweet. Here's what Elon Musk had to say for those who missed it. Oh, man, it's just, I'm sorry. It's just, it's too good.
And you're clarifying this now. But there's a public perception that that was part of a apology tour, if you will. That this had been said online. There was all of the criticism. There was advertisers leaving. We talked to Bob Iger today.
I hope they stop.
You hope?
Don't advertise.
You don't want them to advertise?
No.
What do you mean?
If somebody's going to try to blackmail me with advertising, blackmail me with money, go fuck yourself.
But
go fuck yourself. Is that clear?
Is that clear?
I hope it is.
I hope it is.
Hey, Bob.
Hi,
Sure
Bob.
it is.
Bob Iger.
Well, let me ask you then.
That's how I feel. Don't advertise.
How do you think then about the economics of X? If part of the underlying model, at least today, and maybe it needs to shift, maybe the answer is it needs to shift away from advertising. If you believe that this is the one part of your business where you will be beholden to those who have this view, what do you do?
F-Y.
I understand that, but there's a reality to
Why?
have this view. What do you do?
F-Y.
I understand that, but there's a reality to
Dude, Elon is awesome.
right?
Yes. No.
I mean, Linda Yaccarino's right here, and she's got to sell advertising.
Absolutely. So, totally. No. Actually, what this advertising boycott is going to do? It's going to kill the company.
And do you think that
and the whole world will know that those advertisers killed the company, and we will document it in great detail.
But those advertisers, I imagine, are going to say, they're going to say, we didn't kill the company.
Oh yeah.
They're going to say,
tell it to Earth.
But they're going to say that Elon, that you killed the company because you said these things, and that they were inappropriate things, and that they didn't feel comfortable on the platform. Right? That's what they're going to say.
And let's see how Earth responds to that.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing from Elon Musk. And there's more that he said that I think matters a bit more. But let's make this point. Because I said this the other day. I said it in 2018 with the YouTube adpocalypse. Do these advertisers know that they are making a political activist stance in concert with each other? Do you understand what that means? It's one thing if you're an advertiser and you're just like, well, we don't know if we're buying ads, in the future. It's another thing when you all come together for a political cause. And that's the point. They're going to make the argument, well, we didn't do anything. We just want to be on the platform. And it's like, no, simultaneously, you all banded together to strip this company of its resources. If you don't want to advertise, that's fine. Stop. And the company can keep on keeping on with whoever is advertising. But you all teamed up. And it has nothing to do with the platform. Those are lies. That's the point. So here's what I said about the adpocalypse. And Elon, here's an option for you. You're going to document in great detail. Yeah. How about we run ads where the ads should have been? Here's what you do, Elon. You run ads for Twitter Blue and you write, these companies teamed up together for a political cause to try and cause economic harm to X. Sign up for X Premium today to help keep the platform going. Because I'll tell you one thing, my friends. If everybody signed up for X Premium, $8 a month or 16 if you can afford it, this platform ain't going nowhere. Let's talk about what they do and how they do it. In 2020, I believe we were almost entirely ad supported. And in 2018, 2019, things were going pretty well for the Timcast Corporation. I was almost entirely operating off of YouTube ad revenue. And I got to be honest, the amount of money was bonkers. And we switched models. We ended up losing a lot in ad revenue because of the model switch. And we could bring a lot of that back, but we're better off here. We still have, we've increased our sponsorships in other ways. Instead of relying solely on just cranking out as many views as possible, which is how we were generating the ad revenue, we focused on building memberships instead. So now, this company is almost entirely funded, or I should be careful. This company is funded, I believe, the majority off of memberships. Or I shouldn't say the majority. I should say the plurality of our revenue is memberships at timcast.com. That's right. And that means that if we get banned or canceled or attacked in the media, don't matter. You see, each and every one of you who goes to timcast.com and signs up and becomes a member is creating a chainmail armor. They can strike at one of these links, but they can never strip through that armor. Now, of course, in front of that armor, we do have sponsors and advertisers for which we've expanded in this area. We just finalized a deal, or I should say, we signed a six-figure deal recently. It was fantastic, and we're things are going well. They're going well for us. This is the same thing for X. That if you support the platform, pay for the product you like. Let's make the advertisers irrelevant. Let's take the responsibility for ourselves. Let me tell you, Twitter is a narrative machine. It's what the deep state was using to control the narrative. We know this. Now, what happens if we take away the advertiser's power? And they can advertise. That's great. Advertising's money. But let's say that you and I take the responsibility unto ourselves and say, I'll spend the $8. In fact, let me just tell you, Timcast.com spends several $1,000s per month on X. And that's not even the advertising that we're going to be launching at the beginning of Q1 next year. We already spend several thousand as a business for all of our staff to because we believe in the company. It's a good product. We like the product. Elon's greatly improved the product. Let me tell you, my friends, we want to do a sketch. We got a new show. It's called The Boonies. Follow at Boonies HQ on Instagram for all of your action sports and skateboarding needs. And it's just getting started. And we want to do a bit because skateboard lingo is banned. That's right. So in the original Tony Hawk's Pro Skateboarder 1, there was a trick. That trick has a name that I am reluctant to say on YouTube. They changed the name of the trick in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 out of fear that it would be offensive to parents. Well, okay. Now I get that. I do. But it's fascinating that here, I can't go on YouTube and say, here is a set of tricks in a certain way. So we want to do a bit. The funny thing is, we know that we can go on X and we can post the bit in full without fear of getting banned. How about that? And Rumble, too. This is the power of paying. That's really it. If you are a member, if you buy that product, that's how it goes, baby. But let's take a look at this. I believe this may be one of the more important statements. Modernity News said it was overshadowed by the more viral F them Elon soundbite, but this is a more vital observation. Let me play the clip for you. You can hear it from Elon himself.
The approach to some of the stuff you're doing with AI has been very specific, right? There's not a let the chips fall where they may approach to those businesses, I don't think.
No, we focus on making the best products. And Tesla's gotten to where it's gotten with no advertising at all.
I understand that.
Tesla currently sells twice as much in terms of electric vehicles as the rest of electric car makers in the United States combined. Tesla has done more to help the environment than all other companies combined. It would be fair to say that, therefore, as a leader of the company, I've done more for the environment than everyone else, and any single human on Earth.
How do you feel about that? No,
How do I feel about that?
Yeah, no, I'm asking you personally how you feel about that, because we're talking about power and influence and...
I'm saying what I care about is the reality of goodness, not the perception of it. And what I see all over the place is people who care about looking good while doing evil.
Yep.
Fuck them. Okay?
Let me ask you this, because I think part of this...
Dude, Elon is awesome. This is exactly what we need right now. The question is, do we deserve it? Yeah. I love that line from The Dark Knight. The hero we need, but not the one we deserve. I think you and I deserve someone after the long fight that we've all been involved in every day. First, just being informed, paying attention to the corruption. The second, pushing back, boycotting companies. You and I, we have fought hard every day to reject the corruption that they have tried to impose on us, our friends, our families, our way of life. So yes, I think that is deserving of a hero who can now help be the tip of the spear. And there are many individuals who do such things in different directions. But Elon Musk is exactly what we need. A powerful industry leader putting his money where his mouth is. And there are so many people who could do this, and I wish they would. I try to be non-confrontational to people who are potential or actual allies. Fair. But there are a lot of people I know who are very wealthy who could do so much more, but they don't care. They care enough to speak, and that's good, so I'll accept it. And that's why I don't want to just start dragging people through the mud. But you can probably think yourself, wealthy individuals who have the means to fight back in powerful ways who don't do it. Who don't. You know, I know some people who are very wealthy. They speak a lot. But man, with the amount of money some of these guys have, they could do so much. But they don't want to take the risk. I've had conversations with very wealthy people, and I say, guys, I'll tell you there's a path to victory. Spend money in this direction. And they say, and what do I get for it? Like, what's the path? And you know, my attitude is, it's certainly not that. This idea that if you're worth hundreds of millions, if you're worth billions, not that I'm actually talking to any billionaires, but if you're worth all this money, I don't know. At what point are you just like, I'll sink money to win this, even if it's a great personal risk? The attitude from so many of these individuals is, if I put $2 million behind this project, what will the project do and how much will I make? And it's fair to say you want to know what the end result of the mission will be. But sometimes you've got to just take a great risk. Their attitude is not just we need to make money back, but there's a strong proponent of it, a strong proportion of it, where they say, okay, if I'm going to invest $2 million into this cause, how much do I make in 3 years? And my answer is often like, I don't know, you might not make anything. And they're like, why would I do it? Because you want to win, right? Take risks, push back on this. But I'm confident if you invest in these projects, you will win. Look at Bud Light. Look at all of these companies that have failed. And look at the Daily Wire. They got over 1 million monthly members. Those guys are sitting pretty. There's gold waiting to be mined. It is being given up by Disney. Disney's trying to course correct right now. The next thing I hear is, if we do invest in this, what will it actually accomplish? And I'm like, look, forward the line. Invest in movie projects and cultural projects, and maybe they don't work, but take that risk for your country, for your beliefs, for your worldview, instead of just sitting back. I know people who are extremely wealthy, and they sit back and they're like, look, man, I speak up every day. My money is for me and my family. And I'm like, okay. And that's fine. I get it. I'll take it. I'll take what I can get. But I'd very much prefer the likes of Elon Musk. That's what we need. This dude just told advertisers to go F yourselves. That, you know what? Maybe the company will die. Yep, you're killing the company. And we'll all know you did it. And they'll try and make the argument, no, they didn't. But we know. We know. So now you got Kim.com, you got other people tweeting, boycott Disney Plus if they boycott X. Look, any company that wants to pull their ads, I don't care about that. As an individual company saying for legitimate reasons like financial or we're not seeing the return, I get that. But hold on there a minute. That's not what's happening. What's happening is that an activist organization went to them and said, would you like to join our activist cause? And Disney said, we're right there with you, despite knowing that they're misaligned with the public. I love it. We're winning. That's all that matters. We're winning. Disney knows the stance they've taken with their movies is costing them money. And now they're doubling down in the public sphere, attacking X in coordination with political activists. Well, okay. You think this is going to help improve your company? I think the investors should sue. If this is fascinating. If you have Disney, if you have stock and shares in Disney, or if you have like a retirement fund with, some shares in Disney, you should be filing a lawsuit. Why? Disney knows this political path is costing them money. It's hurting you, the shareholder. They've admitted it. They have a fiduciary responsibility to seek out paths towards improving and making money for you. Now they're jumping onto a political activist cause once again. This is going to once again hurt the company. Let's speak practically. They're cutting their advertising. Of course, that's going to hurt a business. And they made the argument, but we're not seeing the return, so cutting this is going to save us money. They're dropping their marketing. You can make an argument right there that I got bad vision of the future for the company. It's not very good if they're cutting massive marketing campaigns. They're dropping marketing at a time when they need it, when they're already suffering in the box office. They need to be marketing their movies, try and sell more. But okay, business stuff. The only problem is they're cutting the marketing in alignment with activists, with political activists who are aligned with the views the public despises. They know what they are doing is going to drop their stock and cost you money. I don't have any stock in that garbage company. I boycotted them a long time ago. Y'all got to sue. It's really crazy. I used to be a big fan of the MCU. I've not gone and seen, I think the last thing was Guardians 3. Because, it was a tapering off. And I often say, I don't expect everyone to just drop all of their entertainment, but this is it. This is the line, man. I stand with Elon. And you know what? I got this for you. Woke capitalism's comeuppance. Investments in trendy ESG assets collapsed by $5 trillion in just 2 years. Y'all need to sue. I mean, if you've got stock in any of these companies like Anheuser-Busch or whatever, you need to get on board with these lawsuits, man. They are adopting political activist causes and losing money, and they're doing it on purpose. So this is what I say. If you're a publicly traded company, maybe you don't want to get involved in political activism. Fair point. Could cost you money. But if you're an individual making your investments, buying your products, you should be boycotting. You should be saying no to these companies, and you should be speaking out and getting involved in this stuff. These companies hate you. If you have the means to invest, take the risk. We got Danny Polishchuk and Ryan Long coming today. And last week with Danny, I said, let's do a movie. I said, how much do you think it would cost to actually make a movie? He's like $1 million. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. Does Timcast have the... Let me explain a lot of how business works. Because I know most of you who run business and understand this or do finance. When we pledge something like $250,000 in ads on X, I am not saying that right now I will write a check for $250K. I am not saying I have $250K. To be fair, this company is doing very, very well. I'm saying that over a period of time, we will put revenue into this, effectively financing. In Q1, we're hoping to do like $100,000 per month in advertising on X. Why? Look, man, if X is taking this position, if Elon's taking this position, I know that the people who like and use X are likely going to be customers of Timcast. They're likely going to like the content we do. We're aligned. That's a business opportunity right there. So of course I want to advertise. When I say we want to put $1 million into a movie with Ryan Long, should Ryan Long and Danny want to do it? I'm not saying they do. I'm saying I mentioned it, and maybe we'll talk later today. I don't want to put them on the spot or anything like that. But what I'm not saying that I'm going to write a check for $1 million. I'm saying that over the course of a year, we will write checks periodically to fund the production of a comedy film. And I think it'll be great. And I think it'll be worth it. I think we should take those risks. We spent a large sum of money on Infringed, and I'm hoping that when we run the numbers, it comes out to be a net positive. But Infringed is something that matters. A documentary by John Dutoit and Lauren Southern about gun culture and gun rights and the importance of your gun rights. This is how we win. You know what? Infringed wasn't anywhere near as big as like what is a woman. It's not going to chart or be in any film festivals. We're not at that level. But I am going to spend that money. You better believe it. And we'll keep making it. And we will build and we will figure it out. Daily Wire is doing the same thing, but they're substantially larger than us. It doesn't matter. I am going to keep doing this because I will say it again. If you come to me and tell me, if you had $1 million in cash right now, what would you buy? I'd say I'd spend it to win the culture war. That is what I want to buy. I'll tell you what I want to buy. I want to buy waking up just before sunrise on Christmas morning, sitting down on the couch with a frilly sweater and a cup of hot cocoa with the lights turned low, the Christmas tree flickering, looking out at a silent snowfall. I want that feeling. And you know, growing up, I had something like that. We were not a particularly well-loved family or anything like that, but we had that. The sunrise, the snowfall, and even the dusk, the silent night, sitting there with the day coming to an end and the snow falling and everything's quiet. That feeling, Christmas. That's what I want. But you know what I want you to understand? I want you to understand this. Okay? Let me see if we can pull this up right here. I want you to see this. Far leftists attacking the Rockefeller Christmas tree lighting. Do I have an article on this one? Yeah. This is what it's all about. These people showing up and attacking police, what they did when they were lighting the Christmas tree at Rockefeller Center. So what I want to buy a Christmas tree lighting. For many of you, it may be faith-based. For me, it's not so much. But that's it, man. They want to take that away from you. That pisses me off. That's what I want to buy. So what I will say is if I had infinite funds, I would buy a wooden structure on a hilltop overlooking a city with a beautiful glass pane front wall. Because I was mentioning it. I saw an AI render of this with a fireplace. And yeah, that's what I'd buy. But there's another thing you can buy, and it is preserving that for everybody by winning the culture war and telling these woke companies that want to destroy that warm feeling, that family feeling, that tradition, they want to destroy it. What I would rather buy is crushing them to ensure that everyone today and tomorrow can understand that feeling of family and tradition. And it's a good thing. It's goodness. And these people are evil. You want to know what evil looks like? These people claim to be good. And that's what Elon pointed out. They claim to be good. But they're more concerned with looking good while they do evil. I don't even know if I want to pull this one up. A Jewish guy was walking down the street, and they call him several anti-Semitic and racial slurs for being Jewish. I can't play this video, man. They're screaming slurs at this guy. They're Palestinian activists who see a Jewish man and start screaming at him. And I'm just like, the dude calls them Hamas supporters. So what do? They call him ethnic slurs. They don't actually care about being good people. They care about winning power. You know, let me make sure this is clear, because I had this conversation with people too. They say it's not about Jewish, it's about Israel. You can be opposed to Israel without being anti-Semitic, and I'm like, fact. But these people chanting from the river to the sea, no, that's about Jewish people. Maybe not every single person, because many of these people don't know what they're talking about, but let me make it clear. Ask them. When you say from the river to the sea, what about the Arab Israelis? They'll be free. Like, that's exactly what we're talking about. Yes. So you're talking about supporting one ethnic group over another, which would mean they're specifically referring to the Israeli Jews. Now, again, that's a component of it. For many of these people, it's war, conflict, and that's fair. Like my friends who are concerned about the military actions, not the ethnicity. I totally get that. But when these activists are marching through the street, the majority of them, ask them, they will tell you. This is my point. They're more concerned with looking good than doing good, and Elon nails it. That's what that F you to advertisers means. So here's what we can do. Y'all can become, y'all can buy Twitter Premium, X Premium, and support the platform. If there's a product you like, pay for it. So many people have expected things for free. When What is a Woman came out, there are people like, why is the Daily Wire putting it out for free? It's so important. And they're like, yo, because it costs us a lot. I think it was like $1 million to make or something like that. It costs a lot of money to make this. Like, we're making a product. Buy it. We're not communists. We're capitalists. That means if I invent the light bulb, you buy the light bulb off me. You're grateful I invented the light bulb, and then I can make more. Not a fan of planned obsolescence, by the way. I think light bulbs could be better. But that's the point. Yes, we're trying to do good, but we're trying to be sustainable and win. We're not commies. We're capitalists. And that doesn't mean I'm going to make money off a cause and go buy an infinity pool. It means if I make a documentary like Infringed, or I should say Lauren Southern and John Dutoit made it, Timcast executive produced it and financed it. If we do that, in order to do more, we need people to pay for it. If you think the product is good, you pay for it. We make more of that product. Let's win the culture war. I want each and every young person today on social media to ask themselves this question. How do I succeed in this space and become a successful and famous YouTuber? And you know what it should be? It should be that they did a really cool skate trick with a Gadsden flag behind them. You know what? I'm doing it. I'm pulling it up. I'm going to pull that up for y'all. All right. So you can watch exactly what I'm talking about and give myself that credit. So here's a video. Let's do this. Okay. Here's a video that we shot in the skate barn, and it's got 593,000 views. All right, here you go. Watch this little skate clip. This is the hardest flat ground flip trick I can personally do, and it is called the Hang 10 Hard Flip Late Flip. Okay? You don't got to understand any of that. All that matters is it is a trick that apparently we put up one week ago that matters enough to where it got nearly 600,000 hits. Everybody wants to watch it. And what's there? What's right there in the background? That's a Gadsden flag. That's my point. That's what I mean. Here's another flip trick I put up yesterday. This one's got 100,000 views. It's called a forward flip or dolphin flip. Doesn't matter if you know anything about skateboarding. The point is, in the video clip, the Gadsden flag. We put it up there for a reason. I want every single young person who's going to watch these skate clips. Here's another video clip right down here, Gadsden flag. That's the point. The point is the Gadsden flag represents individual liberties. It represents your right to live your life free from government intrusion. And they would try to lie and claim it's racist. Nah, we ain't playing that game. I'll tell you the game I'm playing. I never film. You look at my Instagram, there's almost no skateboarding clips. I don't care. But you know what? I decided to. Why? Because these crackpots are invading our culture, and I'm sick of it. And perhaps you can say, it only mattered to you, Tim, when they invaded skateboarding. Well, you know, I talked about video games and all that stuff too, but fair point. We care about the things we care about. I want every young person who skates, who wants to watch a video of this crazy flip trick that I did, to also see a Gadsden flag. And then when the teacher says something like, this flag is racist, I'm like, what? Yo, like my favorite skateboarders have that flag. You're lying. I know you're lying. That's not what it means. That's the point. We're going to put our money where our mouth is. So I decided, you know what? I'll start filming some skateboarding. And I will add this too. It's funny. A lot of people are like, wow, Tim, you're getting really good. No, I'm sorry. I'm actually getting substantially worse at skateboarding every day. This is me at 37, almost 38, 4 months till I'm 38. And I used to be substantially better at skateboarding. But I decided, you know what? I'm pretty good, right? This clip's got 600,000 hits. People are going nuts over it. I'm flattered. It's a trick I did 8 years ago. And it's a trick I can do, and I can do many more, and we'll film more. But I decided if I don't film this stuff, who am I inspiring with everything I learned and everything I can do? in skateboarding. If wokeness infects skateboarding, it will be because I did not engage in the culture. So I said, okay, fine. We will film. We will get involved. We will invest. We're investing millions of dollars into an East Coast skate facility. And I don't know how it'll play out, but I'm going to spend the money. When you spend money, depending on what you spend money on, you don't lose that money, right? If you buy a phone, the phone has that value. You can sell the phone later. You retain that. If you buy a cheeseburger and you eat it, well, that's gone now, but you needed it for yourself to live. We're investing in a massive skate park. I don't know that skate park will retain its value because it's a skate park. What I do know is that culturally, we will produce content that will inspire young people, present them with opportunity, and show them. Do you want to skate at a multi-million-dollar indoor-outdoor facility for only the best skateboarders and the coolest people? Well, I got no beef with your politics, right? Just don't hate, don't be racist, and recognize people are allowed to have their opinions. You can come skate, but you're going to have to skate in front of a Gadsden flag. You don't have to like it, but it's there. I want to push back, and that's what we're doing. So shout out to Elon Musk. We're winning. I'll leave it there. Next segment is coming up at 1 p.m. on this channel. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you all then.